This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Horne versus Briggs. You two are in a relationship. You're living together. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
You met on Facebook, but now allegations of infidelity are destroying your home. Tell me why you're here, Miss Horne.
Me and my girlfriend wanted to get married, and before I make that kind of commitment, I want her to prove to me that she's not cheating on me with men or women.
So you think both may be going on?
Right.
In fact, she's saying that they aren't going to get married until you have confirmation that she's not doing that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Briggs, why are you here?
I'm here because she believes that I'm cheating on her, though I'm not sure how she believes that's possible since she's with me 24/7. Prove to her that I'm not cheating on her because she's driving me crazy.
You look upset.
I'm just tired of fighting with her every day about something that is not humanly possible. Every day she accuses me of cheating, and every day she's with me all day long.
Miss Briggs, it is humanly possible. We have stories every day of folks. You know, it's kind of why we're here.
I'm doing this, I'm doing that. When do I have time to cheat? And then boom.
They're cheating.
You can be cheating
Not that I'm
on...
saying that's happening, but I'm just saying.
She's literally with me 24 hours a day.
All right, so what warning signs, what evidence do you have that Miss Briggs is cheating?
3 months ago, she would hand me her phone and say, look up this such and such and such, or call such and such on my phone. And now it's gotten to the point where if my phone goes dead and I grab her phone to use it, she'll grab the phone from me and say, what are you doing? What are you looking at? Everything's changed this past month. It's like, I can't even touch that. Don't touch that phone.
Well, that's because she will not give me any private thoughts. I can't even, she's reading my text messages between me and my mother. She's let me use your phone to call my daughter, but what she really means is let me go through your emails, and then she's texting people back pretending like she's me.
Well, that's because you won't take up for us. You should tell somebody if they're flirting with you and being disrespectful to our relationship.
Well, you don't think...
You don't do that at all. I have to be the one to do it, so, you know. And another reason would be lack of sex. Your Honor, I have to wait 4 or 5 hours, it might be 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning before she gets through watching court on TV all night on the toilet. And then she wants to come to bed. Well, I'm tired. I'm already asleep by then.
I can't really blame her for that one.
Which one?
That's a good use of time.
Well, there's some great court out there to see.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been my personal experience, that it's great.
I mean, that's crazy.
So now she's experienced a lack of sex because I'm not giving it to her either.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, is she cheating?
Okay, so you're thinking, well, if she's not doing it with me, she must be doing it with somebody.
Right. I mean, you just... She's too sexually active not to.
I am getting it from somewhere else. Me.
Well, Ms. Briggs, she's not concerned about you cheating with yourself. She's concerned about you cheating with somebody else.
She is, Your Honor. She's concerned
Where
about
did we
anything.
make that
I can't
turn?
touch myself either.
All right, so what I want you to do is take me and Mr. Cutler back to when it was lovely.
How did you all meet?
How did you meet? How did you hook up?
I met her through Facebook, but I already knew her. Like, I knew some of the same people. We hang around with some of the same people. We'd see each other, hey, and, you know, keep going. So we hooked up one night, you know, after I talked to her on Facebook. And we went out to eat, and everything was great. I liked her. I mean, I don't know how she couldn't tell I liked her the first night. I mean, I've always liked her. But I don't know if she's doing it to me. What me and her were doing, she was with somebody at that time.
So you had
Someone.
I took her from her. I did.
Okay, so there it is.
She didn't
She's trying to make it plain for you.
No, you didn't. That relationship, we were not happy. We were not together like that. And when I met you, you were my person.
Well, you know, Mr. Cutler, what they say, how you get them is sometimes how you lose them. Yeah. And Miss Horne, that's what you're worried about.
Yes,
that
ma'am.
if you got her from somebody's going to get her from you.
Right. I don't want to be hurt, and because all my past relationships, I've been cheated on or hurt in some type of way, and I don't want that to be the case with her because I really want to make a commitment with her.
So why do you believe that Ms. Briggs is cheating on you now?
I wake up, and every time that I've ever woke up, she's always been right there beside me in bed. Well, on one occasion, when I got up, she wasn't there, and the car was gone. I seen her dad. I said, hey, Dad, I said, where's Jessica? And he said, oh, she's gone with Mom to town. And so I called, she don't answer. I call again, she don't answer. Called a third time, she answers. I was like, who was with y'all? You know, I could hear a dude talking. And that's when she told me it was her friend. They grew up together.
Okay, tell me about this situation.
The van that I was driving needed something fixed on it, he's the cheapest person in town that can fix it. And unless you go get a second job for mechanic, we rode by there to see if he could fix the vehicle. And then he wanted to hear what it was doing, so he rode with us. She started in as soon as she called and I answered the phone. She automatically started, "You're cheating, you're doing this, you're doing that." She didn't ask any questions. She just automatically assumes that's what's going on.
She said you've changed your pattern. Now you just get up and leave without her knowing about it. Why have you started this sudden change in behavior?
That was one time that I left while she was asleep, and she was really tired, and I thought that I was doing a nice thing by letting her sleep and taking my mom to the store.
And so why didn't you answer her phone when she called?
I keep my phone on vibrate a lot because she freaks out anytime it goes off. If it's a message or a notification or whatever, before you can even look at it, she's like, "Who's that? What do they want? What are they calling for?"
Well,
Where you going? What's
the
going
reason
on?
for that is because I had the phone. She wanted me to look at something, and a text came through, and it said, "Are you going to be able to come out tonight?" The next text up under it said, "Bring that with you." That, vagina. And
Okay,
I know he wasn't talking about her bringing me with. She
Yeah,
said
that's
that.
exactly what it meant.
Ms. Horne, you submitted that text to the court, is that correct?
Yes.
Your
And
recollection
this
of
is
that
a
text.
recollection of this text.
Yes, ma'am.
The other man says, "You going out tonight, want to meet up." And it says, "Bring that female part with you." Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
And you found that on her phone.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so you believe that she was hooking up with some man, either previously or was planning to hook up with the man that night.
Pretty much. And I try not to look too deep into it, but, I got feelings, and I've been hurt before, and when I seen that, it was like, ooh.
So
You being hurt
between,
before is not my fault.
Ms. Brooks, why is the man sending that to you?
I don't know why he felt to need to send that to me, but I didn't respond to it.
you know what? Didn't I get something like this similar? That direct message?
Well, you did, yeah.
Okay, so what happened was I got a text and it said, "Hi." I was
No, hi,
like,
Dana.
"Hi, Dana."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Who is this?" The next day, he came home. I forgot about it, but then I got a text at midnight. It said, "Hi, beautiful." I was upset. It wasn't like, I can't keep them from DMing me. No. I was like, "Oh, hold up, wait a minute." I gave it to him. He looked at it and said, "Who is this?" I'm like, "I don't know. I think you went to school with him."
And then I recognized the name. I'm like, okay, why would he be sending this to my wife? And so she's like, "Look, you respond. However you want to respond to it, you respond," using her phone. So I responded and said, "Hey, I think you got the wrong Dana. This is Keith Cutler's wife." And he wrote back. and
Put a
said-
ring on it, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And he wrote back and said, "Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I apologize for that." Okay. So, no, you can't control what people send to you, but you can control how you respond. And so,
She did respond from my phone, Your Honor.
Well, she
did
should have been the one that
and
did it.
I spoke to him the next time he came in the store and told him that that upset her, and he said that he was just playing.
But did it upset you?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it upset me. I mean, it didn't mean anything to me one way or the other. I do not date men. I don't have sex with men. I haven't in a long time. I mean, I don't even understand why the men is the biggest issue for her.
Okay, well, there's also another incident. I was gonna call my best friend back. My phone was dead. I plugged it in. I said, "Let me use your phone to call Ara." And boom, I got to reading and it said something about a side chick. She gonna get her a side chick because I get mine and go to bed every night.
And this is your best friend.
It makes me think.
Do you think she was hitting on your best friend?
Could have been.
Well, there's your side, there's her side, and there's the best friend side. We have that best friend here. Ron, would you escort her in? Would you please state your name for the court?
Ara Smith.
All right. Now, we just heard about a text between you and Miss Brooks. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I've been trying to get in touch with Jennifer one night, and she wasn't answering her phone. And usually, if she doesn't answer in text or call, I will try to hit up Jessica and see if I can get her that way.
Okay.
So anyway, she ended up being asleep, and so we got to talking, and basically Jessica ended up kind of doing the whole complaining thing because she fell asleep. And
when you said the complaining thing, Ms. Brooks is complaining about Ms. Horne going to sleep.
well, see, what had happened was
Okay.
basically she had gotten what she needed out of the evening and then rolled over and knocked on out.
All right.
All right.
So,
So Ms. Brooks was unhappy about having taken care and satisfied Ms. Horne, but Ms. Horne hadn't done the favor to her.
right.
All right.
So,
And this sounds like a conversation you've had more than once.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a regular complaint from Ms. Brooks about Ms. Horne.
Yeah, for a little short period of time, but yes. On that particular evening, she had made the comment, if she doesn't do better, then I'm gonna have to get me a side chick.
Huh. So what did you think about that comment?
I was like, Okay, here's the first question is, why are you asking me or saying that to me? I'm
Don't
the best
flatter yourself,
friend.
sweetie.
Oh, no, don't even go there. Let's not go there. Let's back that truck up. Because first of all, there's more than one option to the answer. Okay, so the second option to why she would have said that to me, in particular maybe, well, maybe she's testing the waters to see if I'm loyal, to see if I'm, gonna just like run back and try to start something. Because otherwise, there's got to be a reason why you would say that to the best friend.
And all of this was via text message, is that right?
That's right, and I have evidence of that right here.
Okay. Ron, would you grab that for us, please?
Yes, Sean. Thank you, ma'am.
This is a text exchange between you and Ms. Brooks.
That is correct.
And you write, I text her telling her I was going to watch videos on her phone, LOL. And Ms. Brooks responds, yep, and we had sex twice today and I am yet to benefit. I'm going to get me a side chick. Ms. Smith says, no, that's no good. And you respond, she better start blanking me instead of getting off and falling asleep. So you did send that text message.
I did send that. I was joking, hoping that maybe her best friend would talk to her.
Ms.
Best friend probably does not want to get in the midst of all that if she could help it.
Well, I think we've heard enough testimony because here's what we have. Ms. Horne thinks that Ms. Brooks is cheating with both men and women. Ms. Horne has found sexual text messages on Ms. Brooks' phone, and she wants to know, did she sleep with the sender of those messages? Ms. Brooks sent you text messages talking about getting a side chick because she's not sexually satisfied. All of this is causing Ms. Horne to think there's got to be something going on. Ms. Horne, if you find out that Ms. Brooks is cheating with someone else, your relationship is over?
Yes.
You're done?
Done.
Over?
Over.
And Ms. Brooks, you understand that?
I'm not cheating with anybody else, so if she doesn't accept these lie detector test results today and accept that I'm not cheating on her, and let's just move forward, then it's over anyway.
A lie detector test says that you're not guilty, then I will never speak of it again. There will be no reason. That would be proof.
The court has done a full and complete investigation to determine, is she cheating? At this time, the court will call licensed certified polygraph examiner Tom Platt into the courtroom. Ron, please escort Mr. Platt in.
Yes, Sean.
How are you, Mr. Platt?
Good afternoon, Your Honors.
Good to see
Good
you.
to see you, sir.
You conducted a polygraph test of Ms. Brooks, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You asked Ms. Brooks, have you ever had sexual contact with the guy who sent you sexual text messages? What was her response?
She stated no.
What did the polygraph reveal?
The polygraph determined that she was being truthful.
All right. You don't look surprised at all. Ms. Horne, what are you thinking?
Thank God.
All right.
I do love her.
You asked Ms. Brooks, were you soliciting sex from Ms. Smith when you sent her the side chick text? What was her response?
She stated no.
What did the polygraph determine?
The polygraph determined that she was being truthful.
You asked Ms. Brooks, since being in a relationship with Ms. Horne, have you ever had physical sexual contact with anyone else? What was her response?
She stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The polygraph determined that she was being truthful.
Ms. Horne, you came here for answers. Ms. Brooks, you came here to prove that you were telling the truth, and you got your proof. Now, Ms. Horne, I have to say to you, you are highly suspicious, and you are overwrought when things don't go the way you think they should. You're gonna have to pull up, or she's gonna pull away.
Yeah, no.
You two are engaged, but Miss Reynolds, you believe that Miss Elmore, your fiancée, is cheating on you with her husband. And if she is, you want your ring back. Tell me why you brought this case and why you want that ring back.
Me and Anthony was, like, I've known him for years, and he's like my best friend. Well, throughout the years, like,
Wait, hold up.
I was being...
Anthony is Miss Elmore's husband. And that's your best friend.
Yes, ma'am.
And you fell in love with his wife, Miss Elmore.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just want to make sure we got all the people straight. So I see how you got together, but why you want that ring back now?
Cause I think she cheated. Like, I think she been stepping out on me with her husband. Cause there's too many signs, and she tried to make me say I'm crazy and this, that, and other, but no, it's just some thought stuff. And I don't want to marry no thought. Like,
Well, Ms. Reynolds, what are you noticing? What are some of the warning signs?
she was a fan of, like, nothing but pictures. Like, her and Anthony, like, for the past 7 years, like, even doing dumb mess, like, walking the dog or anything, it was picture, selfie. But all that on social media come to a stop, like, when she got with me. So I'm like, well, you ashamed of me or something? Or what, you ain't? I mean, what's the difference between me and him?
So whereas she appeared to be very proud of her relationship with Mr. Guerrero,
She throwing shade all my way.
when you all got together, no pictures, no selfie, no social media, just like, well, I just want to kind of keep it hidden.
Cause I've been out the closet all my life. I ain't trying to be in no closet.
This is your
my
life.
lifestyle.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And if this is just a phase for her, I need to know this because I'm for real about it.
Well, Miss Elmore, what are you here to prove? Because Ms. Reynolds says she wants your ring back. What are you here to prove?
That I'm not cheating with my husband. If I was going to cheat with my husband, I wouldn't have left his cockeyed self.
I was trying to process if I heard that correctly.
Yeah, I was about to just say, check please, and just go on out the door. So you've left him and you were with Ms.
I
Reynolds?
upgraded to her, not downgraded to east and west.
Well, you sure don't act like it.
You
do
be
too
cray
much
cray.
shady, miss. Man.
She cray cray. I'm telling y'all, she is cray cray. I get woke up at 4:30 in the
And I'm
morning
gonna be
getting
cray cray
questions.
right by myself. If
You're gonna be
feel
cray
this
cray
test.
kissing my feet when you realize I haven't cheated with my husband.
All right, so here's the thing. What was the moment that you all moved from being good friends, your husband's best friend, to your status now?
It started off with me meeting her, and it went from me testing the boundaries to flirting to seeing how far I could push it if she would tell him about it. She never told him, so it went from texting to sending pictures, from sending pictures
Now,
to...
see.
So you're the one texting her,
I couldn't help it. Do you look how cute
your
she
husband's
is?
best friend.
I can't help it. She was sexy, though.
Okay. All right. So you made a turn though. It went from pictures and text
Texting to him in the bedroom asleep and us in the bathroom, and she threw that on the counter and went to town with it.
You can't
While he
cuss.
was asleep in the room. So,
Wow.
one thing led to another.
Okay.
It looks like it did.
All right, Mr. Cutler.
One thing led to another, and you all are together.
We're together for 7 months now, and she thinks I want my husband back, but I don't want him. I haven't wanted him. If I wanted him, I wouldn't have left him for her.
She makes it sound a lot worse than what it is.
No, it
Well,
isn't.
I
Well,
don't know
we
how
aren't passing
much-
judgment one way or the other. We're just trying to
Yeah.
find out what happened.
Your
So-
grown folk business, as my mama would say. That's grown folk
Yeah,
business.
better,
Yeah.
worse, good, bad. That's not our call to make. We just want to know what happened.
Maybe this is a game of like a loser high gotta kind of deal.
Oh.
We will find out today.
So you're afraid you're
don't
losing
know.
her the same way you got her.
Maybe.
But here's my thing. Did you ever tell your best friend, hey, I'm with your wife?
I wanted to, but when he started catching wind, he was like, Kelly, I know y'all together or whatever, but we can share her. You can have her on the weekends, and I can have her Monday through Friday. Do I look like a weekend person? No.
I'm not going to speak to that.
But
you said no. You declined that offer. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
They spend so much, like, between them, like, I don't know, double-sided.
Why do you believe she's now cheating with her husband?
She got mad at me. She left for like a week and a half, and we eventually made her like she come back home because I don't do the arguing. That's why she just left. Like she was mad. Well, when I got back, like that following weekend, we went to see the kids and at Anthony's house, and he came to me. He was like, "Man, I need to talk to you." Annie's been blowing up my phone, telling me she loves me. She want to fix our family. We can work things out. Well, when I brought it to her attention, she told me, they just lying because they mad because I don't want to be with their
It was lies.
Whatever. And okay, so I said, well, without accusing her, I'm going to look through her phone. Well, everything's deleted, like from just in that frame, that time period. Everything before that and after that is there from everybody, but not them.
All right. Why was that week missing from your phone?
Y'all, I don't even have no excuse on that. I just deleted it.
Okay, but
she
why?
shouldn't worry about
I didn't ask you
him.
for an excuse. I asked you why you did it.
Because I knew how she was going to think it was different than how it was.
That don't even make no sense.
Amen. See, she told me I was crazy.
Hold on.
You are
That doesn't
crazy.
even make any sense because if you just text him, how are the kids? That's okay. But if you texting him saying, I want to get back with you, where are you? Can we be a family again? That's a problem. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, ma'am, but I was not doing that. If I wouldn't have never left my husband if I wanted to still be with him. I wouldn't have never left him if I didn't want to be with her.
Well, you didn't want to be with her either because you left her for a week and a half.
That part.
I did want to be with her,
But
the accusing and the constant knick-knack, and I put up with enough of that in my previous with him. I'm not going to put up
So,
with
Ms. Reynolds,
Yes, sir.
you said Mr. Guerrero told you that Miss Elmore was trying to get back with him?
And she begged him, like, let's fix our family, you know, let me come back home. I love you. I'm sorry. Yada, yada, yada.
And that was your proof that she's cheating
Yes, ma'am.
with
And
him.
I told her, I said, I didn't even entertain in that argument that night. I didn't start nothing. I said, that's when I'm called couplers. And I emailed y'all. I say, let's go ahead and get to the bottom.
All right.
And so she dropped it in our lap to get to the bottom of this.
Yes. And that's why you got her side and her side and the best friend / husband side. He is here. Would you please bring in Mr. Anthony Guerrero? Would you please state your name for the record?
Anthony Guerrero.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, what is your relationship to Miss Reynolds and to Miss Elmore?
She's my sister, and she was my wife.
All right, so Miss Reynolds is like your best friend.
Yes, ma'am.
And you see her as a sister.
Yes, ma'am.
This is crazy.
I know.
This is crazy. Are you currently having a sexual relationship with your wife, Miss Elmore?
No, I'm not, but she was at a family member's house, and a man did come pick her up and went to a city named Alma to get drunk.
Do you think Miss Elmore is cheating on Miss Reynolds?
I believe she is. I definitely believe she is. I wanted to tell her, but you know, I thought that was her place to tell her that.
Is it just coincidental? You left your old lady the same day she had left me,
see,
and y'all
Hold
got
on,
back
Miss Reynolds.
together the same day?
My old lady never left.
Wait, you say it's not your place. How is it not your place when your wife, who's in a relationship with your best friend, gets picked up by another man? How is that not your place? You're all twisted up all in that.
It's like, I should have told her.
Your Honor.
I don't have
You
words.
don't have words for this?
Your Honor.
What? Yeah, Miss Elmore. What?
How's it?
What
He
is
says
it?
it's not none of his business, but he's always sticking his nose in everything else. Why would I want to go back to him?
Well, why'd you
when
go
I'm
to
the one
a
who did
family member
everything?
house and have some other dude come pick
He
you up?
lying. What'd he say? I want to share Annie. You think he ain't gonna say what he wants to come in between us?
You said something during Mr. Guerrero's testimony. You said, why did your Facebook status change when his girlfriend and Miss Elmore separated from you all?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
She had got mad, and I went fishing because I don't argue. I don't like to fuss. I really don't. And so I went to the pond. When I got back, she was gone.
Okay.
And I seen on Facebook where his relationship status changed to single, but then the same day she came back home is the same day his relationship status changed again, saying I'm back with Amy Ford.
You know what we're gonna do? You know, because, you know, sometimes there are 2 sides to a story, sometimes there are 3 sides, sometimes there are 4 sides to a story. And we want to hear Amy's side, and Amy is here. Ron, would you please escort Amy into the courtroom?
Would you please state your name for the court record?
Amy Danielle Ford.
You are the girlfriend of the man who's married to Miss Elmore, who's in a relationship with Miss Reynolds, who's the best friend of your boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yes,
Did
sir.
I get it right?
Yes, sir.
Give me some. I got it right.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So we've heard some testimony. Do you know whether Miss Elmore has a relationship with Mr. Guerrero?
No, we're together 24/7, but what is this when, Annie, was you begging Anthony to take you back?
Why do I want him? If I wanted him, I would have never left him. I wouldn't have went to Kelly. I wouldn't have cheated on him with Kelly if I wanted him.
Okay.
Why would I want him?
Do you think you're the first woman who's let somebody go, and then once they get with somebody else, you start having?
Baby, the grass was dark on that side.
And it gets amplified when somebody else gets what you left.
And now that your well is run dry, and somebody else has got that, now all of a sudden you
Your
want it
Honor,
back.
that's not the case. If I wanted him, I would have never left him and gave her an opportunity. But why do I want to be with a dog when I can be with someone who gives me the world?
All right, so, Cutler?
To figure all this out, this court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, the court will call forensic voice analyst Guy Wolf to determine, is she cheating? Please report Mr. Wolf down.
Hey, and you better hope it ain't with him. I'm done. I'm done. If it's with you, I'm done.
For the benefit of our litigants, would you explain what forensic voice analysis is?
Yes, Your Honor. Forensic voice analysis works by analyzing the spoken word. When you speak, you have AM and FM frequencies in your voice, like on a radio. I can then look at the vocal patterns and I can determine where somebody's being deceptive.
All right, you know what, love? I don't know if you heard this or are seeing it, but I'm looking at Miss Ford. She looks nervous, and she's got the classic closed body.
And Ms. Reynolds looks like a lost deer in the headlights.
I am
I'm just ready to find out.
Hold on, Miss Ford.
I am, because, like, I want her to be with me. I don't want to live without her, but I ain't fit to sit here and be no doormat either. That's it. Like, I want love.
You want to be married.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to be married to your best friend's wife. Is that true? Well, you put it that way.
Yes, is it true?
Yes, it's true.
All right. Let's take a look at the first question you asked her.
Since the beginning of your relationship with Kelly Reynolds, have you had physical sexual contact with Anthony Guerrero?
No.
What did the forensic voice analysis determine?
The voice analysis determined that she was being truthful, Your Honor.
We ain't done.
Lies.
Now, let's take a look at the next question.
Since the beginning of your relationship with Kelly Reynolds, have you had physical sexual contact with any other person?
No.
What did the forensic voice analysis determine?
The voice analysis determined that she was being also truthful, Your Honor.
Where that mouth at now? Where that mouth
Now that you've heard the results, how do you feel?
I still want you to have my last name eventually.
You got a ring in your hand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's see. All right, this has been
very interesting.
Yeah, that's an understatement of 2019. This has been a wild ride. It has been over the moon and back, but we're here now.
Yes, ma'am.
You are here with the truth. And you, Miss Thing, yeah, you're a lot. There's a lot to manage, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And apparently she likes it.
She loves it.
Okay. But you can't make her always have these feelings that you are not in it to win it. You owe her the respect and the courtesy and the kindness to tell her that, okay?
That's my rider. We're gonna ride this side together,
Okay.
Equal.
And the very first step in proving to Ms. Reynolds that you are in it to win it, that she is the one for you, and for legal reasons, you need to divorce Mr. Guerrero.
You've been dating 1 year, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And why did you bring your boyfriend here?
I brought him here because I need someone to help me crack this case on whether he is the perfect guy or the perfect cheater.
And Mr. Maxwell, why are you here?
I want to prove to her that I'm not lying, that I'm not a cheater, and give her assurance, so that way we could just move forward.
But you've only been together a year. If it ain't good the first year, I'm kind of concerned about what it looks like 2 years from now.
I need to find out if he's telling the truth. He's very convincing. He acts like nothing is happening. You ask him a question, he knows nothing about it, even though everything points to him knowing. If I find out today that he's lying, that's it, I'm done.
All right. So what is on the line here is your relationship. Either you're in or you out.
It's either we right or we not.
And you understand that if it comes back that you have cheated, she's gone.
That's what she says, yeah.
I know what she said. I asked you, did you understand?
Yeah, I
you
understand
see how he
it.
answers questions?
No, I get it. I get what she's saying,
Well, Miss Briggs, here's what I want to know. How did you all become a couple? Tell me about how you met.
I met him at a friend's gathering, and I noticed him. He had a nice little swag or whatever. He came over, we talked, and one thing went to another. We went out. He used to pay me compliments. Just the way he carried himself. That's why I said he knows what to do. So he just made me believe that chivalry wasn't dead.
All right, Mr. Maxwell, what do you remember about the first time you saw her?
It's exactly like what she said. We met through a mutual friend. And when I seen her, she's beautiful. Just look at her. She's very beautiful.
You were a little reluctant to, step to her?
Nah, not at all. I'm not reluctant to step to any female.
Look at this.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
But it's more so look at her. I need to have her in my life. So I had to step to her. After getting to talk to her and getting to know her, she's a really humble spirit. She put a lot of people in front of her. And that's just some of the qualities that I really admire about her.
On our first date, he kind of planned this whole thing. We went and we had dinner. And even during the dinner, he was telling me how, I was wifey material, and he's saying all the right things.
Right.
And so, I was into that. And then afterwards, we went to this reggae club. And, I'm dancing, doing all this stuff, showing him my Beyonce or whatever. And he's just hey. He is just doing his little two-step the whole time. But it was all good. It was a nice little time. And that's really where we started vibing. And
okay, so she said on the first date you popped out with you wifey material. That's strong, man.
No. You don't understand. She looks amazing, right?
Absolutely.
Standing next to me, I look even better. Just having a woman like this next to you. Okay. See, there you go, right there.
I feel you.
He look just because you next to him?
Yeah.
I had to have her.
Okay.
So, you know, she said it was a nice night out. Man, that night was more than just a nice night. It was like it was a magical night. That's how I remember it.
Oh.
You know, so I just knew at that moment, you know, like, all right, I gotta have this woman even more, so.
Okay, so,
I'm sorry, love. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I see the smiles on your faces as you talk about the past, but when we open this case, you look mad and you look mad. So I want to know what brought us to where we're standing here today.
I have suspected that he has been cheating. He's done some things that has made me feel that way. And it started by last July. We went to a club, and afterwards, everyone decided to go back to his house. When everybody got there, and my friend told me, she was like, oh, you need to go check on Mr. Maxwell. So I went into the room, and there's this girl sitting on his bed. And I'm like, is he in the bathroom? And so she was like, yeah, he's in the bathroom. So I knock on the bathroom door, and it took him a minute. He opened the door. And, you know, I'm just trying to be like a nice girl and just see if my man is okay. And so we both come out the room, me and him. The girl is still in the room.
You found a woman sitting on his bed?
Yes, like by the headboard.
Is she dressed? Is she not dressed? Is she partially
yes,
dressed?
She's fully dressed.
I mean, it was a bunch of people in my house. I mean, some girls there, they did like me. It was some that liked me, but I wasn't obligated to.
But we need to know about the girl in the bed.
Right.
Did she like you?
She liked me too.
Okay.
She did. I mean.
How did she end up on your bed?
She walked in there.
Where were you? Were you in the room?
I was in the bathroom.
Okay, so did you know she was in the bedroom?
No, I didn't.
All right.
That wasn't the bad part, though. So we're in the kitchen, and this girl, she says this comment like, you're doing too much.
What does she mean by that?
Exactly. That's where all of this starts, okay? So I'm asking the girl, like, what is she, you know, are you talking to me? Are you talking to him? Who are you talking to? Because I don't even know, like, how are you in our business?
Right.
And I literally asked her, I was like, are you sleeping with him?
Oh,
and she
you
was
just
like,
went straight there.
No. I looked him dead in his face, and I said, why is she saying this?
And I stood back.
And he said, I don't know. I don't know why she's saying this.
Okay, but what does that mean, you doing too much? What were you doing? What were you doing?
Long story short, she never explained that night why she said that. He never explained that night why she said that.
The other girl was making it seem like I was in a relationship with the girl that was sitting on my bed, and I wasn't. I mean, not at all. But she was making it seem like, oh, you supposed to be with her or he's supposed to be with her. But I didn't get that news.
All right, so is this the only incident that you have?
No, he ended up giving me his password to his phone. I gave him my password to my phone. So after that, it was cool. It was like back to how it was.
Because you're figuring if he's giving me the password to his phone, he's an open book.
Yes. Then all of a sudden again, like just randomly, I would walk in the room and he would clearly be on his phone texting. And when he seen me walk in, he just put it down.
Is it possible he was just texting his friends and just when he came in, he wanted to turn his attention to you?
But here's my thing with a phone, all right? One is my phone.
All right.
Right? I pay the bill on this phone, and if I want to text somebody on it, I'll text somebody on it. If I want to call somebody on it, I'll call somebody on it.
Was there anything in the phone that you shouldn't find?
No, it's nothing in the phone that she got the password. She ain't gonna find nothing in my phone. Question. How long have you guys been married?
28 years.
28 years you've been married, right?
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure those 28 years, you ain't been happy the whole 28 years, right?
Oh, I have been.
Yeah, okay. Right. See,
The whole time.
So
I'm teasing.
The goal to a successful marriage is to try to stay happy, right? So why would you look for something to be unhappy?
So you're not questioning why she's looking in your phone. You're questioning why she's looking for something, for anything.
She don't want to be happy.
That is one situation. Another situation.
All right.
I spent the night over there, and it must have been about 2 a.m. I see this light from the wall blinking up. He's laid over the bed, like looking on his phone. Like his head is clearly off of the bed. So I'm like, I tried to get to see what he was doing, and he instantly like turned it down so I can't see the light anymore. But I mean, I didn't say anything. I just acted like I was just turning, you know, like in my sleep or whatever.
Right.
So a couple of days later, I went in the phone and I opened the phone. The password still worked. And I see all of these social media, like different apps.
Okay.
And so I tried to open the apps and he had it logged off. So I don't know his username or passwords to these social media apps. But I have a friend that knows everything about social media.
Okay.
So she goes on there in less than 30 minutes.
See, again, we looking to be unhappy.
She finds a profile of his on a dating site. And I have the screenshot that she sent, if I could submit it.
Ron, would you please pick that up for us?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, boy. Do you go by Max at times?
Yep.
Is that you?
That's me.
Okay. Age 31?
See, there we go right there. I'm not 31. It's old. That stuff is old.
Wait a minute. This looks very similar to some of the pictures we've been flashing up of you all, your couple pictures.
It's me.
This is you on your dating profile, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you put up one of the pictures that you submitted to the court?
Mm-hmm.
That's you two together, right?
Glasses.
Them ain't the same glasses. They both Gucci shades, but they ain't the same one.
Oh, Jesus.
Look at them. Go on a close-up.
Please. Those are the same glasses. Help us.
I got more than one pair of Gucci shades. Look at the Gucci frame up here, and then look on the side. Go closer. Y'all ain't about to catch me up on that.
Okay, but is that the same hat?
You know how many hats I got?
I don't know how many, but I'm asking you about this hat.
Nope. It can't be.
Well, why still have it up all these years?
I don't have it up. They got it up. I don't
When
control
was the last time you used this dating profile?
I don't use it.
So it's just out there.
I guess so.
This guy right here, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
All right, Mr. Maxwell and Ms. Briggs, at this time, the court would like to call cybersecurity expert Gregory Evans. Ron, would you please escort Mr. Evans into the courtroom? Yes, Your Honor.
Hello, Your Honors.
Hello. How are you, Mr. Evans?
Good to see you.
Doing great yourselves.
All right.
All right.
Mr. Evans, you had access to Mr. Maxwell's phone, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what kind of things can you get from phones?
Oh, we can get text messages, emails, videos, pictures. Anything that's ever been on a phone can be retrieved.
Even if it's deleted?
Even if it's deleted. That's where forensics comes in.
What did you uncover, Mr. Evans?
If you go to the home page on the iPhone and use your thumb and swipe down, it shows the apps that you use the most on there.
Okay.
That's universal. On his, it showed that he uses Mail, Notes, Tinder, and a new one I never heard of, Soul Swipe.
Soul Swipe.
What is Soul Swipe?
It's their definition, and here's the evidence for that, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you.
The definition is Soul Swipe, black dating.
Whoa.
Mr. Maxwell, are you a participating member in Soul Swipe?
Or Tinder?
No, I'm not.
Can you explain why they come up as one of your top 4?
Because he probably put it on there. I didn't do that.
Exactly.
Okay, so
we use forensics. Okay. And we use forensic software. See, computers don't lie. It shows his device name, his EMI name, the serial number to his phone, the firmware in his phone. So we were able to look at all the apps that was on his phone.
Okay.
So, and we're also able to see apps that was deleted. But these ones were not deleted, and it still showed that these were the top 2 on his phone. If we were to add these apps like he's claiming, we would have needed his iCloud password to go into the Apple Store to download them. Well, what was funny is when I was going through his phone, I just received it from the court, and I did ask for the iCloud username and password. He said he couldn't find the iCloud username and password, he forgot it. So he gave us 5 passwords, none of them worked. So I'm just looking through the phone, and I'm looking through his notes. Now, an hour before he turned in the phone, he had just put a brand new note in of a restaurant, a popular restaurant here, right? I got out of that note, went back into another note, came back out, that note was deleted. And I was like, what happened to that note? One of my team members says, well, when I went in there to talk to him, it looked like he was logged in to his iCloud account. And he might have been deleted. I just know one thing, that note was there, and then it wasn't there.
I had one note that said the name of a restaurant because I wanted to go eat at a restaurant and somebody told me about it. I put the note in there to remember the name of the restaurant.
But Mr. Evans, if you had the phone,
Where's the guilt
how
in
else
that?
could it have been deleted?
By being logged into the iCloud account using the password he said he couldn't remember.
How can I
and
log
delete
into
it
it
from
when I
there?
got my phone?
Can you log in from another device?
Yeah, you can log in from anything. You just go to iCloud.com and just log in with your email address and your password to your iCloud account.
Mr. Maxwell, did you delete that information from the phone?
No, everything that he said is hearsay speculation on what anybody could do.
No, the only person
that
who
is.
gets to make that
That's
decision
hearsay.
is me
The only
and
person-
him. Mr. Cutler's question to you was,
No.
did you delete it?
No, I did not. It's a restaurant. What? That don't like. Why would I delete a restaurant?
We don't know.
I don't either.
I mean, this is what I deal with all the time. Every time we have a situation, he's always backpedaling, skating around what it really is when all the proof is right there.
All right, Ms. Briggs, we're going to get you some additional information because we had Mr. Maxwell to sit down with a certified polygraph examiner. Are you ready for the results?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. There you go, love.
Prior to July 2016, had you had sex with a woman who was sitting on your bed during your party? And you answered no. The lie detector determined that you were being deceptive.
What's going through your mind?
Just the fact, like, you act like you did not know what was going on. Nothing.
I did not know her until after that.
My God. What, did she have a trash bag on? Like, really?
All right, well, Ms. Briggs and Mr. Maxwell, we have a second question. Mr. Maxwell, you were asked, have you had any sexual intercourse with other women while dating Ms. Briggs? And you answered no. The lie detector determined that you were being deceptive.
Okay.
No, I'm telling the truth.
We're done. We're done.